All right, everybody, welcome to the Kyle Millar Show and welcome to our In Focus section where we zero in, vamos enfocando, we focus in on a grammar topic. And today, modal verbs. At home you're either saying, oh great, por fin, finally, modal verbs. Or maybe you're saying, oh no, eso me cuesta. Well, today, through some focused translation, we're going to work on our skills with modal verbs. Okay, so these are verbs that help us indicate tense, but also they indicate tense, but they serve as auxiliary verb, and they also indicate shade, I say, of possibility or likelihood of occurrence. So these are words like may, might, can, could, should, will, okay? And these words help us indicate how likely things are to happen and when those things may or may not happen, okay? So let's practice with a little bit of translation here in our In Focus section. I will give you the sentence in Spanish, and I need you to give me the equivalent in English. Are you ready? I hope so. Let's get started. Me dijeron que posiblemente llegarían tarde. They told me they might arrive late. Yeah, they told me they might. Now, we have a fine difference between may and might, but in this case, I feel like it's a small probability. So in that case, I would use might. They told me they might arrive late. We could also say they told me that they might arrive late. Puede que llueva, pero lo dudo. It might rain, but I doubt it. It might rain, but I doubt it. No debes hacer eso. You mustn't do that. No debes hacer eso. You mustn't do that. Deberías ir al médico. You should go to the doctor. Deberías. You should. You should go to the doctor. Deberías ir al médico. You should go to the doctor. Preferiría no ir. I'd rather not go. Yeah, exactly. I'd rather not go. Preferiría no ir. I would rather not. I'd rather not go. Y fíjate aquí, I'd rather not, nunca se dice I'd rather not to. I'd rather to go. No, I'd rather go. I'd rather not go. Would you rather have pizza or hamburgers? I'd rather have pizza. Would you rather live in Paris or in Rome? I'd rather live in Rome. Would you rather go by car or by bicycle? I'd rather go by car. I would rather, infinitive, without the to, okay? So here, I'd rather not go, okay? Podrías haberlo hecho. You could have done it. Podrías haberlo hecho. You could have. You could have done it. You could have done it. Deberías haberlo hecho. You should have done it. Deberías haberlo hecho. You should have done it. Deben de haberlo hecho. They must have done it. Deben de haberlo hecho. They must have done it. They must have done it. No deberías haberlo hecho. You shouldn't have done it. I'm sorry, but you shouldn't have done it. No deberías haberlo hecho. You shouldn't have, and we can say shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. You should 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 have. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have done it. No deben de tener mucho dinero. They must not have a lot of money. They must not have much money. Remember, when we have much or many, we can also use a lot of. And a lot of is a great structure if you're learning English and you have some uncertainty about much and many, right? Many with countables, much with uncountables. But remember, we say a lot of. We can perfectly say a lot of with countable nouns, uncountable nouns, interrogative, affirmative, negative. It always works, so it is a good structure to know. Ok, más vale que lleguen aquí pronto. They had better get here soon. Más vale que lleguen aquí pronto. All right. Más vale que tengas cuidado. You'd better be careful. Remember, tener cuidado, to be careful. You had better. You'd better be careful. Más vale que. This is a little bit stronger than should. You had better. And this one is never followed by to, okay? You'd better be careful. We don't say you'd better to be careful. You'd better be careful, okay? Más vale que no te equivoques. You'd better not make a mistake. Yeah, you'd better not make a mistake. You'd better be careful. Mm-hmm. Puede que haya una solución. Puede que haya una solución. There may be a solution. Puede que haya. There may be a solution. Yes. Te dije que posiblemente hubiera una solución. I told you there might be a solution. Te dije que posiblemente hubiera una solución. I told you there might be a solution. Okay? So, may and might. Grammar purists will tell you that might should be a past form if we use reported speech, for example, where we go back in tense or a subjunctive form, we're going to use might. And may, puede, essentially, could be used in the present, but in reality, we also use may to explain maybe a more optimistic or a more likely possibility of occurrence, whereas might is more giving doubt. We are de-emphasizing the likelihood of something happening. Say, oh, it might rain, but I doubt it. Or say, hey, bring your umbrella because it may rain. Okay, even if the chance is still small, I'm emphasizing that it is greater than expected. Very often, this is sort of the street application, the real life application, and that decision between may and might. Okay? No deberías estar en una reunión. Shouldn't you be in a meeting? No deberías estar en una reunión. Shouldn't you be in a meeting? Shouldn't you be in a meeting? Tengo que terminar un informe. I have to finish a report. Tengo que terminar un informe. I have to finish a report. A report. Uh-huh. Debiste tener muchos problemas cuando eras más joven. You must have had a lot of problems when you were younger. Yes, cuando eras más joven. You must have had. So this is must in a logical conclusion. You must have had a lot of problems when you were younger. Okay, we'll finish there, but we will look at modal verbs again another time because it is an interesting structure. Okay, and it's an interesting and a good one to practice, but we are going to finish there and wrap up today's In Focus section.